you can.
It's Madden NFL 22, and tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the reigning AFC champs and the Lions on Monday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him,
season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win? Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert now. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets him on 1st down.
They just gave up a sack there, if I'm not mistaken. They gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
That's what I'm talking about.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He finds his man complete. That's Palmer. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. And big play there on the catch and run.
Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going the long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. On 2nd down and 4, Herbert. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Swift.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
It looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal, and they sent that play backwards.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now a first carry for their fullback. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. And they've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. Touchdown!
DeAndre Swift
with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. That time a 9-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Perez. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Looking to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
So now make that a second sack for them on this drive.
And, Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM that always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just one or two receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
Right back to him on 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they'll run on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. It's a big play there on 3rd down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch.
Here we go.
So the challenge there does not go their way.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Let's go.
A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Steamers are an extra point away from drawing level. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now it's Herbert. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one. 39 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And they see right through that defensively, as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Back to throw here, Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete on the deep ball. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. These two teams all tied after one. On to the 2nd quarter. Memphis in possession of the football, as they've got it 2nd and 7. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. Touchdown! Tommy Trimble, his 4th touchdown on the year. And
And the Steamers have taken the lead.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A drive that time of 6 plays. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one taken just inside the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. A 1,000-yard campaign in his sights, Charles, but needs a little bit of a kick here down the stretch to reach it.
And sometimes at this stage of the season, you're looking for that extra goal, right? That extra motivation to accomplish what you want, not just as a team, but as individuals. He's got to stretch a little bit to get there. That might be what they're talking about during the practice sessions in their meetings. Hey, we can still get this done. Let's go ahead and feed him the ball.
And the offensive line, I'm sure they're well aware of where he stands as well.
They are, and I think for them, it would be an even better accomplishment to get there now because it seems like a little bit of a reach.
From the 31, Herbert. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. The Lions on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. 2nd and 9 now. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. On first down. Swift. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Slant route going to be caught by Palmer.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Goodrich. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Sack, baby.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
The offense on third down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
And Detroit back in possession of the football.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Herbert's throw taken in by Hockenson here.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Herbert. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson.
And he's going to be out dead inside the 20 of the 15. A big play that time on a catch and run.
On third down is very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a give right side Swift.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And in for the Lions, touchdown. T.J. Hockenson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead.
As far as tight ends go, if you get 3 or 4 touchdowns in a season, that's usually counted as a pretty good year.
And CD, he just hit double digits. That's 10 touchdowns for him now.
Yeah, and that's something you really have to applaud. That's elite level production.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now this throw caught left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown on the year. And the Steamers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Detroit's offense ready to take over. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll run on 1st down. Swift, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I'm trying to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Quinn. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a give, right side. Barry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. 2nd and 11 now. They'll set up a throw. That's complete to Slayton. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Right at the 40. They'll look to throw here. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Catch made by Slayton. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. To throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On first down, it's Barry. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Got a man, that's Quinn. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man left side, it's the tight end Trimble. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brings up second and 7.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steamers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert is going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the third. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And these 2 teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds.
77 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Berry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Now back to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Sanders' kick is good. And they have regained the lead.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. From the 29, Herbert. He'll find Lindsey here.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
They'll run right here with Swift.
Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Yeah, he'll try to run with this.
Powering forward, and he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
They'll set up to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now they'll run on the draw. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Back to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, apply.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
54 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Second and 11. From the gun, here's Swift.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. The Lions on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Herbert. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. The fly route works for the TD ground.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
for the point after. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time a 6-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They'll run on first down. Barry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Let go.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
And to get deep on me here, I like that. Going to the next level and what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
And Detroit getting set to go now. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. On second down, Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Lions on third down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 4. They'll get this off to Swift. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On first down, Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
They'll run here with Swift.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Once again, it's Swift.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Now it's Herbert. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
2nd and 10.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Third and long, it's Herbert. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll make this a 7-point game.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after. They're pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perez. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Jamie Gillen now, standing just outside his own goal line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. 7 yards to pick up there. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a give, right side. Swift. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee. On second down now. Swift. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, it's a good 5th win for them as they play out the string. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall now to 11-4. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.